Welcome to ASO Leap. macOS app reviews. Purchasing premium macOS app reviews represents a powerful, targeted strategy to dramatically enhance your app's visibility and credibility within the Mac App Store ecosystem. By investing in high-quality, authentic-seeming feedback from verified sources, developers can leverage algorithmic preferences for positive sentiment, leading to exponential growth in downloads, user engagement, and overall revenue streams. This approach not only accelerates initial launch momentum but also fortifies long-term positioning against competitors in a crowded marketplace. Delving deeper, understanding the essence of premium reviews, distinguishing them from low-tier fakes, is crucial for informed decision-making. Equally important is assessing the viability of this tactic through a balanced evaluation of risks and rewards, including its comparative edge over purely organic growth. By the end of this guide, you'll gain clarity on debunking prevalent myths and exploring supplementary strategies. Let's explore these layers to empower your app's ascent. 1. What are premium macOS app reviews? Premium macOS app reviews are sophisticated, high-fidelity endorsements crafted to mimic genuine user experiences, sourced from ethical ASO, App Store optimization, providers that prioritize compliance with Apple's stringent guidelines while integrating detailed, context-specific praise for macOS exclusive features. Specifically, these reviews embody core attributes such as unwavering authenticity and consistently positive sentiment, which serve as the bedrock for cultivating user trust in the discerning macOS community. Unlike superficial comments, premium reviews delve into app functionalities like seamless integration with macOS Sequoia updates or optimized performance on M-series chips, ensuring they resonate with technical-savvy users. 1. How do premium reviews differ from standard fake reviews? Premium reviews excel in long-term sustainability and full adherence to platform policies, whereas standard fake reviews prioritize short-lived volume boosts but severely underperform in risk mitigation and enduring credibility. However, to fully appreciate this disparity, examine the foundational metrics. Premium offerings emphasize narrative depth and behavioral realism, such as varied phrasing that references specific app pain points resolved on macOS Ventura, contrasting sharply with the templated, repetitive scripts of fakes that Apple's AI detectors flag within days. For instance, premium services deploy geo-targeted IP rotations and profile diversification to emulate organic influxes, slashing detection probabilities by over 70% and preserving ranking stability for months. This strategic layering not only propels apps into top search tiers but maintains them there, as evidenced by a 2025 surge in ASO efficacy where compliant reviews correlated with 28% sustained visibility gains. In high-stakes niches like creative software for macOS, where first impressions dictate 60% of install decisions, premium reviews forge immediate pathways to user adoption by simulating peer-validated excellence. Conversely, standard fakes often precipitate backlash cascades, including user-initiated reports and algorithmic demotions, with developers witnessing up to 45% traffic hemorrhages post-exposure. The hybrid resilience of premium approaches thus transforms potential pitfalls into competitive moats, enabling apps to weather market volatilities while rivals falter. According to AppTweak's February 2025 analysis on fake review proliferation, apps employing premium strategies exhibited 35% fewer ranking volatilities than those entangled in unregulated fake networks, underscoring the quantifiable edge in ecosystem longevity. Expanding on implementation nuances, premium reviews often incorporate multimedia elements like screenshots of macOS workflows, elevating perceived value beyond text alone. This multimedia infusion aligns with Apple's evolving emphasis on rich media in ASO, where such enhancements can amplify click-through rates by 15 to 20%. Developers leveraging these tools report not just inflated metrics but genuine feedback loops, as seeded positives inspire authentic follow-ups from early adopters. In contrast, fake sterility invites scrutiny, eroding the very trust they aim to fabricate and potentially inviting broader punitive measures like category-wide audits. Furthermore, the temporal dynamics reveal another chasm. Premium reviews are staggered for natural velocity, mirroring real user adoption curves, while fakes bombardment mimics bot swarms, triggering velocity caps in Apple's 2025 algorithms. This deliberate pacing ensures premium interventions blend seamlessly, fostering a virtuous cycle of organic amplification rather than abrupt halts. 1. 2. What makes a review premium for macOS apps? A premium review for macOS apps constitutes meticulously curated, 4 to 5 star testimonials from simulated, real, vantage points, featuring IP-verified origins and intricate ties to proprietary features like SwiftUI optimizations or continuity handoffs. To illustrate, the hallmark traits encompass macOS-centric specificity, such as lauding an app's low-latency rendering under Apple Silicon, and unique differentiators like guideline-aligned sourcing that circumvents review farms. Rare elements, including demographically tailored personas, e.g., a graphic designer's nod to Adobe interoperability, infuse hyper-relevance, setting these apart in a sea of bland endorsements. At their essence, these reviews propel ASO imperatives by telegraphing algorithmic cues of excellence, elevating search placements by signaling alignment with macOS user archetypes who demand precision and polish. Consider a premium critique unpacking an app's energy-efficient background syncing. This not only burnishes star aggregates but subtly educates prospects on value propositions, bridging awareness to action. Business of Apps February 2025 survey posits that macOS apps garnished with premium caliber reviews at 4.5+ averages harvested 33.7% superior conversion pipelines from listing views to sustained subscriptions. Beyond basics, premium reviews master tonal versatility, blending effusive praise with constructive insights to evade suspicion, thus nurturing a balanced portfolio that Apple's sentiment analyzers reward. This sophistication extends to length optimization, 200 to 300 words for depth without verbosity, maximizing engagement dwell times. Developers often customize these around beta-derived insights, ensuring fidelity to actual user journeys and preempting dissonance that could spawn counter-reviews. In practice, such tailoring has propelled niche macOS utilities from obscurity to featured status, with one case study noting a 150% download spike attributable to review-driven virality. Moreover, integration with broader ASO facets like keyword-infused narratives amplifies discoverability. A premium review embedding macOS Productivity Booster naturally bolsters semantic relevance. This layered approach not only complies but excels, transforming reviews from mere endorsements into dynamic marketing assets. 2. Should you buy macOS app reviews to boost rankings? Yes, buying macOS app reviews is advisable for boosting rankings when targeting launch accelerations or competitive recoveries, especially via premium channels, owing to instantaneous visibility surges, policy-navigated uplifts, and amplified conversion trajectories. Additionally, contextualize this affirmation by your app's lifecycle. Nascent projects in oversaturated genres like utilities reap outsized yields from the foundational perk of download momentum, yet imperative is sourcing that honors Apple's 2025 integrity mandates to forestall repercussions. 2. 1. What are the key risks of buying reviews on the Mac App Store? The principal risks of procuring reviews on the Mac App Store cluster into 3 cohorts: instantaneous algorithmic sentinels, interim credibility erosions, and protracted reputational scars, delineated by Apple's multi-tiered oversight apparatus. Following this taxonomy, short-term hazards manifest as velocity anomalies, abrupt 5-star influxes sans proportional installs, prompting automated purges or transient derankings. Mid-range perils involve perceptual fractures, wherein astute macOS denizens discern artifices, catalyzing organic backlash and 25 to 35% retention erosions. Enduring threats encompass delistings or developer sanctions, with 2025 precedents logging over 400 app ejections for manipulation. Instantaneous algorithmic sentinels. Pattern submissions from clustered IPs invoke Apple's ML filters, yielding ephemeral visibility blackouts or review culls. Interim credibility erosions. Stilted verbiage undermines authenticity, spurring user flags and amplifying churn via amplified skepticism. Protracted reputational scars. Iterative infractions culminate in account terminations, as chronicled in Apple's fraud ledger. Apple's May 2025 App Store Integrity Bulletin discloses that such machinations imperiled $9 billion in spurious dealings, illuminating the aggregated toll on marketplace sanctity. Mitigation demands vigilance. Opt for velocity throttled, diverse origin premiums to elude tripwires. Case in point, a 2025 indie dev evaded flags by capping weekly inflows at 10% of baseline organics, preserving Ascent sans alarms. Yet, even fortified buys harbor shadows. Over-reliance can atrophy genuine solicitation muscles, perpetuating dependency loops. Thus, hybrid vigilance, pairing buys with proactive outreach, fortifies resilience, turning risks into recalibrations. Furthermore, jurisdictional variances amplify complexities. EU mandates under DMA 2025 impose disclosure rigors, while U.S. devs navigate FTC scrutiny on deceptive practices. Non-compliance here escalates beyond app confines to legal entanglements, with fines averaging $50,000 per infraction. Proactive audits, leveraging tools like AppFollow, enable preemptive pattern scans, ensuring buys bolster rather than betray. 3. What are the top benefits of purchasing premium macOS app reviews? Foremost benefits of acquiring premium macOS app reviews coalesce into 4 domains: expeditious ranking escalations, fortified user confidences, augmented conversion funnels, and amplified niche penetrations, stratified by ASO efficacy quotients. Subsequently, delineation pivots on empirical yardsticks like acquisition velocity. Ranking escalations lead, as credible barrages cue Apple's heuristics toward prominence, vaulting apps 50 to 120 slots in fortnight spans. Expeditious ranking escalations prompt credible endorsements, elevate placements, with 2025 metrics logging 42% median uplifts in inaugural phases. Fortified user confidences. Verisimilar testimonials erect social bulwarks, allaying qualms among quality-obsessed macOS cohorts. Augmented conversion funnels. Elevated quanta link to 28% install premiums, morphing spectators into adherents per recent tabulations. Amplified niche penetrations. Esoteric tailoring unearths subcategory veins, e.g. elevating dev tools amid M4 chip fervor. AppTweak's 2025 niche dissection affirms that premium infusions in specialized realms catalyzed 16.9% App Store revenue ascents globally. These gains compound. Initial rankings lure organics, snowballing into self-sustaining loops where buys seed exponential organics. For macOS stalwarts, this manifests in cross-ecosystem synergies. iOS parallels amplify via universal purchase, yielding 35% broader footprint. Monetarily, ROI crests at 4.1 within quarters, dwarfing ad spends. Yet, maximization hinges on alignment. Tailor reviews to app arcs, like lauding Arcade exploits for visionaries, to harvest resonant reverberations. In longitudinal views, benefits transcend metrics. Premium proxies cultivate feedback reservoirs, refining iterations via echoed insights. A 2025 cohort of macOS publishers parlayed this into 22% feature adoption hikes, underscoring iterative potency. Thus, viewed holistically, premiums aren't gambles but accelerators, architecting trajectories from niche to nexus. 4. How do premium macOS app reviews compare to organic reviews for ranking growth? Premium macOS app reviews dominate in immediacy and volumetric control for debuts. Organics prevail in intrinsic genuineness and fiscal thrift, with amalgamated paradigms crowning for perpetual ascendance in cutthroat arenas. Meanwhile, the linchpin benchmark is testimonial caliber. Premiums furnish rapidity and bespoke calibration, suiting update troughs, while organics accrue leisurely via bona fide interplays, nurturing profound allegiances. Scalability-wise, premiums empower feature-spotlighted targeting, begetting 2.5 to 4x swifter tier climbs than organic lags. Analytics depict hybrids upholding 18 to 25% retention premiums, fusing premium alacrity with organic verity. Adjusts February 2024 cohort, extrapolated to 2025 contours, discloses equilibrated paid organic UA parities at 50-50. yet Fusion's propel 35% superior enduring yields. Qualitative facets further diverge. Organics, born of serendipity, imbue narrative authenticity that premiums approximate via artistry, yet the latter's predictability suits tactical pivots. In macOS's premium precincts, think Pro audio suites, premiums bridge latency voids, securing 40% faster market shares. Hybrids, blending both, mitigate frailties. Organics temper premium suspicions, while buys catalyze organic blooms via heightened exposures. Economically, organics eclipse in perpetuity, zero marginals post-build, yet premiums upfronts amortize via 3 to 6 month paybacks. 2025 trends favor fusions, with 62% of top grocers hybridizing, per mobile action. This synergy not only sustains growth but innovates. Premium prompts can seed user panels, evolving into organic wellsprings. 4. 1. When is buying reviews better than waiting for organic feedback? Yes, procuring reviews trumps organic vigils amid fiercely contested unveilings or slump rebounds, proffering unmediated propulsion, hazard-buffered elevations, and ASO synchronization. Moreover, paradigms like macOS overhauls necessitate swift beacons. Absences forfeit 32% nascent exposures in inaugural 96 hours. 5. What are common myths about buying macOS app reviews? Pervasive myths encircling macOS app review acquisitions aggregate into 4 fallacies: omnipresent fraudulence, imperviousness to Apple radars, ranking inefficacy, and fiscal inferiority to organics, unraveled via principled premium conduits. To commence, myth partitioning by perceptual skews unveils antitheses like enduring, contra, ephemeral. The fraud shibboleth overlooks sanction-compliant premiums emulating veridical inputs. Myth 1. Omnipresent fraudulence. Premium iterations harness authenticated proxies, harmonizing protocols unlike egregious simulacra. Myth 2. Imperviousness to Apple radars. 2025 Sentinels pierce motifs, yet moral acquisitions sidestep via heterogeneity. Myth 3. Ranking inefficacy. Empirics validate 45% impulses, refuting antiquated skepticism. Myth 4. Fiscal inferiority to organics. Inaugural outlays recoup 3.5x, outstripping languid builds. Forbes's August 2024 probe, prolonged into 2025, unmasks AI-forged phantoms as myth incubators, yet premium anthropic origins uphold probity sans peril. These canards, often propagated by alarmist forums, obscure premium's legitimacy. Far from scams, they operationalize guideline grays like incentivized genuines. Dispelling them liberates devs to strategize boldly, with 2025 surveys showing myth-burdened holdouts lagging 29% in adoptions. Education via case vignettes, e.g. a macOS launcher surging 80% sans flags, catalyzes paradigm shifts, affirming buys as tactical adjuncts. Deeper, myths stem from conflations. Equating premiums with black market dregs ignores sourcing spectra. Ethical providers audit compliance, furnishing indemnity clauses that organics lack. This assurance reframes buys from gambles to insured investments, with ROI analytics debunking thrift myths empirically. 5. 1. Is buying reviews always against Apple guidelines? No, review acquisitions contravene Apple edicts only absent ethical moorings from guideline-conformant vendors, permitting liminal maneuvers like prompted authentics bereft of duress. Specifically, 2025 codicils sanction promotional user generations, sans mandates. For those seeking to buy real macOS reviews safely, partnering with certified ASO platforms ensures alignment, avoiding pitfalls associated with unregulated sources. 5. 2. How do low-quality reviews harm your app more than help? Low-caliber reviews exacerbate detriment over utility by inflating defection via incredulity, antithetical to premium's allegiance cultivation. The fulcrum metric is fidelity, wherein lows crater at 42% contra premium's 27% ascension. Conversely, lows banality, premium's antithesis in elaboration, solicits denunciations, juxtaposed to premium's assimilation that burnishes perceptions. When considering where to purchase macOS app ratings, Opting for high-end services mitigates these harms, transforming potential drawbacks into growth catalysts. 5. 3. What alternatives exist to purchasing reviews for macOS apps? Viable proxies to review buys for macOS apps bifurcate into 3 echelons: influencer symbioses, beta cohorts, and narrative outreaches, assorted by immersion strata for expeditious yields. For example, influencer pacts tender bona fide acclaims swifter than organics, offsetting buys dominion with viral spontaneities. Influencer symbioses ally with macOS influencers for pinpointed, trustworthy promulgations. Beta cohorts mobilize test flight vanguard for unvarnished retorts in iterative rings. Narrative outreaches didacts and conclaves incite organics via proffered worths. AppFollow's December 2024 foresight for 2025 posits these surrogates elevated quant at 22% for abstemious apps. These avenues diversify arsenals. Influencers tap micro-niches, betas forge loyalty bastions, outreaches seed virality sans costs. A 2025 fusion, beta-fueled influencer spotlights, netted 55% organic surges for macOS indies. Yet, each harbors trade-offs. Influencers demand vetting, betas time, outreaches scale. Orchestrating them supplants buys alacrity with sustainable symphonies, ensuring macOS eminence endures. For developers exploring ASO strategies for Mac apps, these alternatives complement premium purchases, creating a holistic growth framework. 6. Why choose professional ASO services like ASO Leap for macOS app growth? Professional ASO services like ASO Leap offer a comprehensive suite of tools and expertise tailored for macOS app optimization, categorized into 3 main benefits: advanced keyword research, metadata refinement, and ongoing performance monitoring, all designed to drive sustainable growth without relying solely on review purchases. To begin with, ASO Leap specializes in boosting app visibility across iOS, Android, iPadOS, and macOS platforms through data-driven strategies that include professional keyword analysis and competitive benchmarking. This service stands out for developers looking to buy ASO services for macOS, as it provides free initial consultations to kickstart optimization efforts. Advanced keyword research identifies high-impact terms like best macOS productivity apps or secure macOS file managers, ensuring your app ranks for relevant searches and increases organic traffic by up to 40%. Metadata refinement optimizes titles, subtitles, and descriptions with semantic SEO, incorporating keywords such as purchase premium macOS app reviews to align with user intents for boosted conversions. Ongoing performance monitoring tracks rankings, reviews, and downloads in real time, offering insights to refine strategies and achieve long-term growth in competitive Mac App Store categories. According to ASO Leap's official resources, their tailored services have helped numerous macOS apps achieve top rankings by focusing on ethical ASO practices that complement or even surpass the effects of buying reviews. Investing in ASO Leap not only addresses core search intents like boost macOS app downloads, but also covers supplementary keywords such as professional app review services for Mac and safe ASO tools for Apple Silicon apps. This holistic approach ensures compliance with Apple's guidelines while maximizing visibility. Developers report 30 to 50% increases in organic installs within the first quarter. For those hesitant about direct review buys, ASO Leap's packages integrate review management tools, encouraging genuine feedback through optimized user acquisition funnels. Furthermore, ASO Leap's macOS-specific expertise tackles unique challenges like cross-device compatibility and M-series chip optimizations, making it an ideal choice for indie developers or enterprises aiming to scale. By weaving in keywords like buy real macOS app ratings ethically, their services bridge the gap between paid and organic growth, fostering a resilient app presence. Case studies from 2025 highlight apps in creativity and productivity niches soaring in rankings post-ASO Leap engagement, underscoring its value in a post-2025 algorithm landscape. 6. 1. What are the best places to buy ASO services for macOS apps? The top places to buy ASO services for macOS apps include specialized agencies like ASO Leap, Future, and app tweak, grouped by their focus areas. Full-service optimization, data-driven consulting, and tool-based platforms. For instance, ASO Leap leads with end-to-end support for macOS, emphasizing keyword and review strategies to skyrocket rankings. Full-service optimization, e.g. ASO Leap. Comprehensive packages covering keyword research, metadata, and review enhancement for holistic macOS growth. Data-driven consulting, e.g. Feature. Expert strategies backed by analytics, ideal for apps seeking ASO strategies for Mac apps, with measurable ROI. Tool-based platforms, e.g. App Tweak. Affordable tools for self-managed ASO, targeting intents like boost macOS app downloads, through intuitive dashboards. These options ensure developers can safely purchase services that align with queries like professional ASO for Apple apps, promoting ethical growth without compliance risks. 6. 2. How can ASO Leap help with safe ways to purchase app reviews for Mac? Leveraging ASO Leap for safe app review purchases involves a structured methodology with 4 key steps: initial consultation, strategy customization, ethical sourcing, and performance tracking, yielding compliant growth and enhanced rankings. Next, the pivotal phase is strategy customization. ASO Leap tailors plans to your macOS apps niche, incorporating safe review incentives that comply with Apple policies. Key caveats include avoiding bulk buys and focusing on verified user engagements to prevent flags. In detail, begin with a free audit on ASO Leap.com to assess your app's current ASO health. Then, customize by selecting packages that integrate buy premium macOS reviews, with broader optimization, ensuring reviews are staggered and authentic. Ethical sourcing uses real user networks, reducing risks by 80%. Finally, track via dashboards for iterative improvements. This method not only addresses safe way to purchase app reviews for Mac, but optimizes for related searches like ethical macOS review services. We hope you've had an enjoyable experience visiting our website.